What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to talk about all the news that's been happening at Harley Davidson. A lot been going on at Harley this year. It's been a good year for them overall, right? But recently they did announce that they are going to be repurposing the Harley facility in Milwaukee.
What does that mean?
That's the thing. Nobody knows what it means. They haven't laid out a plan for repurposing. But it's a huge facility. I mean, the museum's there, museum's staying. It's a 500,000 square foot facility. For those of you who don't know, the original Harley shed, it's where the Harley home was. Everything was built around that site. It is the original Harley factory. So Milwaukee is basically, you know, it's the heart of Harley. I mean, it's where it started. It's where its home is.
Right.
So I think Zeitz knows the attachment to, you know, a company in the city are kind of like, are kind of one. You know, Zeitz is, he's not a motorcycle CEO. He's a business guy.
Right.
He revived Puma, so he's not a sneaker guy either, but he knows business. And he is selling this to Wall Street as basically a vision to move the company forward into what we now know is like the work at home, you know, the work at home environment that we're in. I don't see everybody staying work at home, like in general in society, but I don't see society going back to an office environment like we had, you know, pre-pandemic. I don't know how you...
It sounds like there's been some other corporations that have tried to force the everybody's coming back kind of way of life, and there's been a lot of backlash, which I personally don't get, because if you're the boss and you say get your butt back to work, I would think that's how it happens, but this is a different generation, so...
It is.
Apparently it's been a problem. I know they said that Elon and Tesla, you know, recently said everybody's going to be in the office for 40 hours, and if you don't show, then...
They'll consider it a
that's your resignation. So, I mean, that's the hard line he's taken, but it doesn't sound like that's the way that Harley wants to go. Yeah.
I mean, again, I had my Zeitz doubts, I guess you could call them, when he took over the company.
I'm still undecided.
You're still undecided?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm good. I honestly, I think I'm good. And I have notes, and we could talk about kind of like, you know, where I'm good. The bonuses, I mean, the plus side of what he's done, revenue's up 21%, right, year over year. Q3 over Q3, right? They unloaded Livewire. They brought it to market. It was all the hype. Is there still a place for electric bikes? Yeah, probably. Not for me, but for some people. They spun Livewire off into another brand, which was very smart. That merger was completed in September, so officially Livewire is now part of AEA Bridges Corporation. They created a new company there. Motorcycle shipments have been up 19%, which I think is probably a skewed number, because I think motorcycle shipments have been so down over the past few years.
Right.
So I'm not sure that it being up 19% is necessarily pre-pandemic numbers. The apparel revenue is up almost 41%.
Amazing.
Which... It's crazy.
Amazing.
T-shirts are...
What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us?
Yo, take a sneaker guy, man. He's selling some apparel.
It's crazy,
like,
man.
He gets it. So, some of it has come to a cost, you know. I mean, in Q3, Zeitz was very, you know, at the earnings call, he was very excited about, you know, them closing the year with their projections, you know, of 10% roughly year-over-year growth, and then moving strong into 23 and continuing to grow through 23. 23 is a big year for Harley. It's the 120th anniversary of Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
So they've got, you know, a lot to celebrate. They've got a lot going on. all of that aside, I think some of all this corporate restructuring and stuff that they have done has come at a cost. They are restructuring their dealership, and again, you know, similar to the repurposing of the building, the dealership restructuring plan isn't necessarily out there. I couldn't find anything on it.
Right.
And we've been seeing this trend take place now, probably for the better part of a decade, I feel like. But I feel since the pandemic, it's hit really, it's accelerated.
Yeah.
That trend
Definitely.
is, you know, small corporations of people buying up these Harley dealerships.
The mom and pops.
Yeah, buying up the
Family
mom and
owned.
pops.
Yeah.
Mhm. Some of these family-owned dealerships have been owned for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
They've been cornerstones of their community. Does that mean that a corporate dealership network won't be a part of the same community? I don't know that I have the answer to that. I don't know.
I have opinions, but I think that's something you want to dive into deeper in its own video. But
so
I definitely have opinions on that.
But it's so I mean that is kind of I feel like a little bit of a cost that it's come at. These revenue numbers have come at a cost of higher motorcycles. Right? I mean, Harleys have gone up.
We've all noticed that.
I feel like Harleys have gone up every year. But there are the prices of some Harley things that have gone up significantly in the past few years. You know, I used the example of I bought a service manual recently for $142.
Did they finance that?
For a service manual. So there are a lot of things that have gone up.
That's
you know,
crazy.
the earnings look good, but they have come at a price. But at the same time, people, I mean, I bought the service manual. People are buying these t-shirts. They're buying the bikes. They still love the brand. Honestly, like if this is, I'm of the opinion, I don't know where you sit on this because we haven't talked too much about it. I'm of the opinion of if this is what Zeitz needs to do to bring Harley Davidson into the next generation, then he kind of needs to do
what does that
he
mean?
needs to do. Keep the brand going. It's I mean, brands can die.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Indian. Indian's died twice. People are gonna hate me for that, but it died 3 times maybe. Pontiac died. I mean, when you look at the brands that were strong brands over the years that you never thought would, you know, fall off, it is not an impossible thing. So.
No, it's not impossible. But Harley's demise has been, I mean, that's been being discussed for how long now? 25 years? Like, everybody acting like they're done, they're washed up, they're, you know, losing too much money. But yeah, I mean, if that's what it takes to keep them progressing forward and thriving and being a great business, then okay. I mean, none of what we've discussed really has that, I mean, other than the price of the motorcycles going up, the rest of it doesn't really have that much effect on me.
Parts.
I mean, I don't care where they work. I don't care if they work from home or if they if they work in the office.
I don't care. I don't care. I do care in my heart that they stay in Milwaukee.
Well, yeah.
To me, that's.
But important. I don't think that's. It sounds like that's not really an issue. I mean, I care about the things that affect me, but if that's what it takes for them to progress and move forward, and I mean, it's still early in his reign, so
his tenure.
You know, he still has. You know, he still got to have some rope. You know.
I mean,
I am definitely concerned about the corporations buying up the family-owned dealerships. I think that could definitely have a huge effect on the experience that you have when you go there. Now, we're a little biased because we don't really get a good experience anyway where we're at.
Right.
But I know there are a lot of people across the country that do have good family-owned businesses
and love their dealerships.
You know, we don't happen to have that, but I know it's out there in a lot of places across the country with these family-owned.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to suffer. I mean, if you got corporations running it, they don't have the same feel.
No.
You know, it's not going to feel like a family when you go in there. It's you're going to see changes in who's working there, and the experience and knowledge level of the people working there. There's just a lot of things. Like I said, we could talk about that deeper, but that does concern me.
And I mean, I don't know. I think to me, like the biggest picture is that they keep the company healthy, so that the company is able to have the funds to, you know, not only pay its people, but be competitive in the marketplace.
Yeah.
They need to be competitive on a level, I feel, moving forward that they never have had to be in the past. Indian is got real technology. Whether you styling aside, Indian has brought real technology to the market. I mean, Polaris is a motorsports juggernaut. They know the business. They know when to cut bait. They know what's to stick with what's successful. They are a good machine. It's going to force Harley to up their game, and they need to be able to have the money at the end of the day to put into the R&D to make the company better, to make the company more competitive. And I think he gets that.
Hope so.
So that's my take. I mean, how do you you guys can let us know, how do you feel about Harley really not keeping those corporate offices per se in the Milwaukee, in the city of Milwaukee, and how do you feel about them, getting on maybe this, some people call it the work from home bandwagon.
Yeah.
I just think it's the world we live in right now. I don't think it's a bandwagon. I think it is what it is. But how do you feel about that? I mean, let us know.
I work from home. Don't hate it.
I don't hate it either, but
it's different. It's a big change for a nation that's not been like, that's not how we've run for how many, since the beginning of our nation's time. It's new, and for a lot of older folks, I know people. I know people that I've worked with that can't do it. Like, I know people that are like, I couldn't do it. I need to be around people. I need to interact with people daily. I
don't like people.
That's not me, but I know people like that. There's a lot of people like that, and it's probably not. Probably a whole other tangent. Probably not the healthiest thing to be sheltered in your house away from people, but
in your basement.
But it is what it is. That's the way we're moving.
Yeah. So let us know. Let us know your thoughts. Drop us a comment. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button.
Do it.
Hit that little thumbs up button.
Do that.
And again, let us know what you think. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Later.